how are you today? Time for 90 Day Fiance news. I got a couple stories for you today for 90 Day Fiance, and they're kind of interesting. I mean, at least I think they are. That's why I chose them. Let's start with, we're going to do Brittany and Yazan, then we're going to do Jenny and Sumit, and then we're going to talk about Biniyam and Ariela. Okay, let's start with my favorite, Brittany and Yazan. Now, listen, if you watched last night's episode, it's like Yazan is getting tumbled on, okay? He's suffering all kind of consequences for being with Brittany. And it feels like last night's episode, it finally dawned on him. If I keep being around this woman, I'm going to have nothing. I'm not going to have any friends because she has pissed off the entire country of Jordan. I'm going to be broke because my dad fired me, and I'm going to be homeless. It took all of this for him to finally realize, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I should pick someone else besides Brittany. You know, because no one likes her. Hello, duh. I mean, he gives the word slow learner a whole different definition. I mean, my goodness. It's about time he wised up. In real time, it looks like Brittany has moved on. She has a new Nigerian boyfriend, and people are happy for her. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? Why are you happy for Brittany? Oh, she finally had love. Oh, she finally deserves someone who loves her back. Shut up. No one wants to hear all of that. Love? That's the last thing Brittany's talking about. A Nigerian Brittany? Really? I wouldn't call it love. I would call it a second season. Like, please, she found another victim. This time, they're from Africa. Can you believe people really were wishing her well on her new boyfriend? Please, that'll be over in 3 months too. She only needs him long enough to secure another season of 90 Day Fiance. But that's just my opinion. Now let's move on. Now let's move on to Jenny and Sumit. So, you know, like, it's not funny. No matter what they do, Jenny and Sumit are not getting the parents' approval. It's just not happening, people. It's not happening. I mean, he was crying on last night's episode. He even told the mom he thought about taking his own life, and she just sat there like a statue and kind of like pointed to a bridge across the street like, why don't you try that one? It is not happening. They're not warming up to Jenny. But it seems like these two have went on their own and just eloped. Because there's this picture circling the internet with Sumit wearing a wedding ring. Now, I hope this is fake. Like, really, Sumit? Did you really go and marry this woman that's 3 times your age, okay? This woman who's never going to give you any children. This woman who has a slight sagginess in this area up in here. You know, no shade or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, he might decide one day he doesn't like that. He might want to tighten that up. I mean, every reason... There's so many reasons for him not to marry Jenny, but it looks like that these two had did anyway, unless they're just playing up to the cameras and this whole thing is a made-up storyline, because at the end of the day, don't forget who's in charge of all of this, producing this nonsense. That would be Sharrell lying entertainment. You know, they don't mind lying to us, just as long as the story's good. So, you know, I hope that Sumit and Jenny haven't eloped, because they haven't solved any problems, and those same problems are going to be there and might even deepen now that you guys have decided to get married. But I don't know what to make of this, because where would Sumit get the other $10,000? Remember, he had to pay $20,000 for the divorce. Is it a bigamy thing going on here? You already borrowed $10,000 from your family. Where are you going to get the other 10? I have not seen. Have you guys noticed this? Not one day while filming has Sumit goes, okay, I'll see you guys later, I have to go to work. Not one day, okay? Even Ji-hoon at some point got a job. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. Maybe he's just wearing the ring for a little pub, or maybe he feels like they're doing the next best thing and saying, at least we're spiritually married. But as far as physically being married, I'm not like the rest of you guys. I don't believe it, not one iota. Okay, now let's move on to our last couple. That would be Biniyam and Ariela. Now, in last night's episode, she's just having a hard time staying in Ethiopia. I will give her 3 more days before she gets homesick, even though the baby was just born. I don't see her living in Ethiopia. But you guys remember, Biniyam has been denied access in America, I believe 3 times. He's not coming over here anytime soon. It's just as bad as, even worse than Michael's, because once you get deported or denied, there's a time limit on it. It might be 20 years. Don't hold me to that statement. But anyway, he's not coming over here anytime soon. So the word is to justify this problem that they decided to move to Canada, which is really the next best thing. I was thinking about moving to Canada. I think it's really nice over there. Every time I go visit my family in Detroit, it's just across the bridge. I mean, it's really nice over there. It's the next best thing to being in the US, and her family can get to Canada a lot quicker than they can get to Ethiopia. So this might be a good deal. And I hear that the immigration laws are not as hard as over here. So this sounds like a good idea, because I don't see Ariela sticking it out in Ethiopia, kid or no kid. She might pack up and do like Bria did, his first wife. Maybe that's what happened. We kept saying, what happened between Biniyam and Bria? Maybe nothing really happened. Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe she was just like, I'm homesick, let me go. But then, to never talk to your child after that. Now, there's more to that story there. I've got to investigate and find out what it is. Now, also, before I go, I wanted to mention that Ariela has finally released in real time pictures of their son. Her and Biniyam's son. His name is Aviel. They call him Avi. He's 10 months old. He is so adorable. So I really do think, like I said before, moving to Canada will be a great idea for this couple, because it looks like they have very good grandparents, and I'm talking about Ariela's mom and dad. So it's much easier to get to Canada than it is to fly over a whole Atlantic Ocean to get to Ethiopia. So there you have it. Okay, you guys, that's all the 90 Day Fiance news I have for you today. We have a lot to talk about in the comment section. Number 1, do you guys think Brittany has finally found new love with this Nigerian guy, or has she found herself a second season? And then number 2, Biniyam and Ariela, isn't it kind of cool that they're moving to Canada? That's a good idea. The next best thing is what I think. And then Jenny and Sumit. Are they married? Are they not married? And who still cares? Don't forget to put that in the comment section. Do you still care? Alright, you guys, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. If you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification bell, make sure you do that. I'll meet you guys in the comment section. We have a lot to talk about today. Until next time, bye for now.